Sam.
Hi, my name is Samuel Munoz. I go by Sam. I'm from Zapopan, Jalisco. I was born there. Came to the States when I was 2 years old. I went to school in San Francisco, Mission High School. I did not finish high school, unfortunately, but I did get my GED in state prison. I passed the test with flying colors. It was really interesting how much you knew of construction. Because you were instructing me. I never told you this when I met you, but there you were instructing me. But everything you said, like from scaffolding to this, like, is everything you're saying true? I asked myself, I swear. Because you didn't have the construction boots on. You didn't have this, but you had the knowledge. And then, as I went on, I go, wow, these guys do know their stuff. There was another lady there, Gracie too, and Mashiko. She knew her stuff too. And it's like if I tried to say something that like to try to bullshit them and say something construction that wasn't right, you couldn't bullshit them because they knew their stuff too. So that was amazing for me that everything was what they said they were gonna do. They did. In other words, Mission Hiring Hall was funny. Everything they told you there was like a sermon. I remember Omar would be there speaking a lot. It was like a sermon, but everything he said was true. If he said this is going to happen tomorrow, it happened. Nothing they told me there was BS.
At City Build, I think, was the biggest joy because you would see people go through that JRT, have to, compete and, for those, 50, 40 slots, whatever, it was going to be. And then many of them just having no experience in construction. Kind of moving along and developing and then, seeing them, then go out and begin their careers. I could think about there's a young woman, her name was Shalina Snyder. But Shalina ended up being one of the top students in the class. And, I still see her out there today as a local 22 carpenter. So that brought me tremendous joy. It was a joy to see people develop their careers and thrive.
The people that use our service to learn how to compete. Competition is the way things go in this country, this society. The competitive person is the one that gets not only the only one, but the first one to get the recognition and the rewards.
And that's why myself, I love being a laborer because we're cross-trained. And I can do this. Just last week, I cut the boots of the crane, if you will.
Don talking about the competitiveness and what are you willing to do that, the other folks aren't. And it was the first time I ever thought about, job search and positioning yourself, in the job market as being competitive. And so that always impacted me.
So obviously, once we remove the crane, the boots is sticking out, right? 2-inch steel, torch cutting that. You have to warm up the thing for like 10 minutes or else you're going to cut. It better go through it. Well, this is what happened. I had done a lot of torch cutting. I got trained how to do that at City Build Academy. However, I never cut something so thick. So the iron workers foreman comes and goes, Sam, what are you doing? I go, I'm about to torch cut this. He goes, you know what you're doing? I go, no, I got to warm them up a lot. He said, do you understand that I could bring you 20 iron workers with 20 years experience each and more than half of them won't know how to cut that, Sam?
So what's the big picture? What are you about? You got to know that and then find the thing that fits and then compete like at the end of the world.
So I had already taken off 2. Those took me a while, but since I had more experience, the next 2 I took, my boss had said, Sam, just work 4 hours down here. I need you upstairs after that. I go, I'm going to finish those then. He goes, in 4 hours? I go, yeah. I cut him in 3. The iron worker comes back and offered me a job. But anyway, I felt really good when that happened. It made me feel like amazing, like, wow, you know what I mean? And
one thing about when you get somebody a job, it improves everybody else around them. The situation just makes it a lot better. There's a worth, there's a return, there's just bringing together feeling that you get. So I never forgot that. And
Advocate of Mission Hiring Hall. You know, very appreciative of Don and Queena and Lily giving me the opportunity back in the day and stayed connected and looked out for the organization. So, you know, it seemed to make, you know, really good sense to contribute back, give back in that way. Always work from your heart. You're always working from your heart and doing what you feel is right for the organization and for the clients, you're going to be all right. You know, happy 50th anniversary, Mission Hiring Hall. You know, you're as old as me. That was one of the funny things when I got the job. I was like, we were born in the same year. But no, great organization. Look forward to, you know, 50 years more and just continuing to have that positive impact on San Francisco, providing hope and dignity through employment.